What's up, everyone? Kaiju no Kami here with
Cruellica Kain?
Advent Nebula.
Chrisalage Bloodborne.
Me.
Me. It's a me.
It's a me, a silver quill. I'm speaking in an offensive accent, but no one ever raises the questions.
Mister, I get to go to a convention over
Don't
Halloween.
make us take out the garbage bags
Oh no, you're gonna chop me up?
and put you in the forest.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna ignore it.
Can't.
Do you want some mozzarella to go with your cheesiness?
If
So,
you're gonna say Italian, it's supposed to be mozzarella.
who would cut up my sausage?
No, we'll just give you some concrete.
Anyway,
We'll just concrete boot ya.
we were going to talk about Ryusoulger, but I think we're done for the night. Bye.
That's the shortest episode ever.
I actually should cut it to black and then have it actually go up. Like, just kidding. But anyway, tonight we are going to talk about Ryusoulger episodes 25 to 31. We actually had some kind of character development during these batch of episodes.
Sure.
But let's start with our first one, Dancing Creon.
I prefer to call it Dancing Queen. Because come on! How can you not have an ABBA reference when you're talking about an episode?
Because we've already had Abba Ranger.
Yeah, we already had ABBA.
I said ABBA.
Abba.
Yeah, we already had ABBA. ABBA Ranger.
Well, rock me Amadeus.
But this episode was an interesting one, using the internet with the monster.
I thought it was okay, but I did like how they started to do their own theme song as she started to record it.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, are they breaking the fourth wall by recording that? But I will say my favorite moment in that episode, though, was when Wiseau was all, I'm going to use this, and I had to delete it.
Hey, Monday.
Terry Migo getting possessed was actually pretty entertaining
Actually,
this episode.
I would have actually liked that it had actually gotten a copyright strike, and that's why it went down.
But then you'd want YouTube to save the world.
That'll never happen. Google will never save the world.
I just thought it was funny for Creon to kind of take in that, I don't know, trying to make his own music videos. I was like, oh, he's the Macklemore of the Tokusatsu universe.
He's been the saving grace of the villains.
Oh, well.
Really? I like Weisel.
Weisel's fun too, but Creon's probably the favorite.
Every time I hear Wiesel, I think of that cold medicine commercial for Zysol.
Oh.
Be Wiesel, take Zysol.
It was fantastic.
He is pretty entertaining, but
So that was a good episode. Then we have...
Well, wait. I didn't get to wait. You wish to skip me. You wish to cast me into the unknown.
You're going to a convention on Halloween.
Why is that a bad thing?
Because you're leaving us.
Focus. We don't want to bore the viewers.
What? What's the shipping fuel? This will keep you entertained.
Hey, well, you know what? He did get me a Switch, so where's my payback to doing that?
Oh, so you're saying you want to have a Switch?
Okay, nevertheless, what did you think of it?
Well, here's the thing. Entertainment really can make you feel old. Does everyone here remember an episode of Gargoyles where coming back... I was hoping so. Coming back from World War II England into the modern day, they see a punk playing a Game Boy, and Griff, who's been transported from the past, nearly faints at the oncoming...
He's a cold
He
character.
basically almost faints into oncoming traffic. That's how I feel now when the internet and viral videos become not just an element in a story, but a driving force.
When TikTok becomes a plot element in Sentai, we know we've gone too far.
We are already
What's
aging
TikTok?
relics.
TikTok is the new mini version of YouTube.
Yeah, no, really, them kids love it.
For a minute there, I thought you were just singing about. You were thinking of the song.
TikTok?
Yeah.
Yes, TikTok.
I wish
I'll show
I was.
it to you.
I wish.
But
Don't stop.
No,
make the
we're gonna
plot
get
power
Alright,
interest.
Chrisalage, what's your thought on the Dancing Creon episode?
It was alright. It was an okay internet one.
alright.
The 50-50. The mushroom still is the better selling point. And what's the chess piece?
Wiseau.
Wiesel gets some good spectacle to him, so he's got some good entertainment.
Most fabulous of the fabulous.
But yeah, next
he's like
episode.
outrageous.
Hiro Yui.
That's who's voicing him?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hiro Yui is the voice actor for Wiseau.
Huh.
Roll accepted.
Midorikawa.
Okay, next episode.
Oh God! Now I'm just gonna be thinking of Gundam Wing. No, please don't make me think of Gundam Wing. Okay,
Are you going to become
Episode
a pacifist?
next.
I'll get a pacifista.
Anyway, next.
Hey, that would be awesome. I want a pacifista
Get
now.
your own Kuma.
Yes. Oh, we have a Kuma. I want Kuma.
That can be taken wrong so many ways.
Next episode.
Is the most obvious plot device episode, in my opinion, of Sentai. When you bring in a brand new character.
No.
What's the name?
No, it's the Seventh
Oh,
Night.
yeah.
Episode 26 is called The Seventh Night. When you bring in a brand new character, and you're like,
And you have a
Who
mysterious
can he
villain that's been going around.
be.
Who's barely done anything.
And, okay, my favorite thing about this particular person is his name is Nada. Every time I hear his name, all I think of is the Simpsons episode. Do you know what's better than nothing? Anything! And what does Nada mean? Nothing! Even though I do like Nada.
But I will say, what I did like about that episode was that it actually gave character development to the three knights because it actually showed them as kids.
Yeah.
Actually, I'd argue that it's probably my favorite of the episodes we're talking about.
Oh no, I really like the episode.
Yeah, it's where you're starting to actually see a plot progression in the show finally, too.
Actual.
I wouldn't go that far.
No,
Don't be
but
that
I actually have to agree with that, but I feel like it actually is making an attempt to say, we have a story. We promised you one. It's coming.
But while we were watching this episode, and it kind of tied in with the fact he had just done Ghost Sager as a review. This show is making me feel like it's Ghost Sager and his plot development at the same time.
Yeah, we watched it last Thursday just before I released my Ghost Age review to the public, and it really was like, hey, this show is just like Ghost Sager.
So the one thing that I thought was kind of interesting is that Nada was training for the role that Ko eventually gets. And it did start to show a little bit more of a background on Ko, which we get a little bit later in another episode as well, that I thought was kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Seth?
Well, I said early on that for this series I wanted the knights to have their ideals tested. It's this series where the monsters are born from people's negativity. These knights are supposed to represent valors. There's grounds for a conflict of ideals right there. Having Ko not be instantly virtuous, be born and seeing everyone as a rival at first, that's in line with what I was hoping for. Granted, it happened before the show even started, but it makes him a more interesting character than if he were just good by default.
It showed that with his past, he had to test and prove himself to be the kind of person he is now in the show.
And Milto, who is often overlooked or joked about, it turns out he's the one who inspired this change. So I wonder if inwardly Milto was going, "Senpai noticed me."
See, for me, I don't know what it is, but I'm kind of a hypocrite when it comes to some of my favorite characters.
Hmm.
So for Ko,
You
I
really do
actu-
think he's hot.
oh no, he's way too scrawny. Sorry, I like a little bit of meat. And I mean on the bones. I'm just gonna stop. Anyways.
Just think of Ankh.
Yes.
Anyway.
But he's no different.
No, Ankh has meat.
Hey, none of them are as skinny as, what's his name from Ryusoulger? Duo of the World?
Oh, that dude was
okay,
super
nevertheless, getting back on track other than my randomness in
Zombieland Rule 34
Okay.
are enjoy the little things.
Okay, nevertheless. I actually have to say the one thing I really do like about Ko that I hated about Lucky, even though they both have this optimism, is I always felt like Ko was a little bit more down to earth with his optimism. He tried to see the best in everything, but not going the next level to do so. Not.
Ko also realizes there's a limit on where the optimism can be.
Well, exactly. And yes, I know he has the Deus Ex Machina things happen because he can hear the Dino Knights and shit like that. But I like Ko.
Demonetized.
I like Ko, and this kind of a little bit more brought it back to, okay, finally, a Red who yes has the positivity that we've had from so many of the past Red Rangers, but I can handle it because it reminds me of Q Ranger or Q Oger. What's his name?
We don't speak of Q Rangers, Daigo.
Daigo. You hate Daigo.
I like Daigo.
Daigo is my favorite. Nevertheless, that's what I like
You
about
want a
Ko.
perfect example of a character that can never do anything wrong?
Okay, let's move on. What
Lucky
does
was
everybody
worse.
else think of episode 26?
Cool.
Well, actually, it's funny that you mention the Reds and he who must not be named
Daigo.
and Lucky. Lucky was the most frustrating because he was very passive, assuming luck would carry him.
Yes.
At the same time, he had a positivity, so he kept his eyes open for opportunities. It's a weird balance. Daigo always just seemed to get over things fast. The next several episodes we're going to talk about, Ko really is vulnerable. He
Yes.
is not able to instantly solve problems, and yet he still maintains that positive energy, which makes him a very admirable character, and you don't feel like his positivity is forced.
And he's getting
Well, yes, that's what I love about it.
And he's getting kicked down repeatedly in the next several episodes.
Well, yeah, he does get dropped down a well several times.
Just think, your Daigo is his Tachibana.
Tachibana-san! Tachibana-san! Tachibana-san!
Stop saying his name! Stop saying his name! Why does everyone say his name? It makes no sense!
What did you think of the episode, David?
It was pretty good, but I think the other one after that one was a lot better.
So the next one is called episode 27, The Unrivaled Fist, which I think of Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Yeah, it's the one with the Pachycephalosaurus.
My God! I was just going to call him Pakigaru, like it says in Japanese, not the whatever that is.
But also with
What is
this
it?
episode, we ended up getting a return of a villain that we thought was dead.
Okay, I will say that was the best thing, though, when Wiseau's like, "You were dead." No, I'm not. Well, obviously.
You mean Gakiraius?
And yeah, that guy. And then when they're arguing with their little Looney Tunes skit, "Oh, so you fled?" "No, I escaped." "You fled? You escaped?" "I fled." You fled? I escaped." "Oh, so you escaped?" "No, I fled." "Wait, what?" "No."
Yeah.
Duck season, rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season, rabbit season, duck season.
Okay, yes, sir.
There's only one unrivaled fist.
You had to bring in the funny bits.
Hi. Moving on.
I just had to do that.
As you cover my entire area.
But yeah, it's weird that the Pachycephalosaurus has the
Pakigaru!
pouch like a kangaroo.
Pachycephalosaurus.
With the little cuddly chibi that Kelly
Oh,
wants
no,
to buy.
you swooned for Chibigaru.
Oh, yes, Chibigaru is the most cutest tiny dinosaur.
I love the fact they
ever.
brought
I want it.
they used the toy in the episode too.
I haven't swooned for like something I want as a stuffed animal in forever, and I'm like, this is so adorable.
Which turns the mech fight into ring out.
And yes, and because
The episode.
baby pilot's the daddy. But
And
I know
even
we're getting too
better,
far.
the fact in the mech fight you have an actual boxing ring.
Oh, that reminded me
Oh,
of
with the power lines.
Yeah.
what was that? What show? Mega Ranger. Wasn't it Mega Ranger that they had a scene that cuts to like a ring?
Go Busters did that.
I thought Mega Ranger did it too.
Oh, yeah, but they did have that in Go Busters. I remember.
I know in
that.
Go Busters, but I thought in Mega Ranger
Or all
when
of
they were
Hajime no
training, when
Nimbo.
they were doing when they went to like a digital zone, they had like a ring that they trained in. From the video game?
It's been a while since I watched Mega Ranger.
The only
I could be wrong, I thought.
Maybe.
Is it weird that I want to see a Punch Out mod now with with like Little Mac against the boxing Tiramigo?
So basically, the plot of the episode, very simplistic. They find Pakigaru, the daddy.
And
Who's
they
your
have to find the
daddy?
kid.
Who's your daddy? But they find the daddy, and he's like, well, I can't escape because I need my child. Because, you know, great parenting is prevalent all over Tokusatsu-verse. So they look for the baby. Baby is stuck in a well because, you know, Lassie needed to find it. Because Timmy's in the well. And so then...
All well that ends well.
And so after they go to the well, there's this fight because the guy who thought he was running away, who didn't run away, came back and started to fight. And then you had the evil armor, who's not evil armor because nothing is as it seems, comes in, causes a fight, and then you have the thirsty man who needs a wife come in to try to help. Ko gets stuck in the well because his name is Timmy now. Timmy has to get out of the well, get saved because... Because then you have Melto, who sometimes takes this like strength enhancer. He beats down, and that was terrible. But still, he beats the ground, and then Ko comes up because he gushes out of the ground, kind of like
So you're saying beating it causes a gush?
So that's the most Freudian explanation I have heard in a
Can we
while.
just go to the next episode?
Yeah, okay. Next.
No, we have to sing the song. There's a hole in my heart as deep as a well.
Next episode.
For that poor little Pakigaru stuck halfway to hell.
Micro attack and defense. Oh!
Except now I can never watch that episode again without hearing Cruellica's description and thinking about beating it until there's a gush.
Anywho, next.
The next episode
great.
was the Fantastic Voyage one when
It's
Creon
called micro attack and defense.
when Creon put the thing in
Asuna.
Asuna, and then we had two guys inside of her wearing their protection.
See what you started?
Okay, no, Asuna gets a surprise. Oh wait, that sounds terrible. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. Asuna goes shopping with Ko. They get surprised, and then they
There's
run
an
away.
explosion that really catches her
Let's
off
put it
guard
this
later.
way. It's one of the worst viruses you could catch. Tokusatsu virus.
Wait, there's an explosion of confetti, and then there's a little life inside her.
If you've ever seen this Martin Short classic with
And then Ko and Melta go inside of her, and they try to fight the monster. They get their butts beat, so Ko has to learn how to not kill her by
He has
when
to
he
learn
punches
to
her in the back.
He has to
Which,
learn.
I will admit, while watching the training on that, all I could think of was the Pelly punching the frog.
Well,
Thank
damn
you.
right.
Oh,
Okay, nevertheless, what were you going to say, Silver?
You don't want me to say it, but I will.
Ah.
He's learning how to fist her properly.
wait, was this the episode also where Gold had the girlfriend that said I can only marry you if you?
No, that's
That's the next
that's next.
episode.
He was busy.
Oh, that's right, because that was the girl with the.
Who was from Double?
Can you at least say something?
That was the couple that was arguing, and the guy was Mr. Flea, and they were trying to get her to grow while in Asuna, so she'd be like, "Oh, you're splitting me down the middle."
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a bitch. That's not demonetization. That's a term for a dog.
We're well past that.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, I do not agree with women trying to own up to their strength so much they're going to beat down a man and treat them like crap.
She said after she struck me in the sternum.
You get that from everybody.
Okay, what did you think of this episode? You've seen
Chrisalage.
Fantastic Voyage, right?
I've actually seen Inner Space, which is the Supreme version.
Yes, I've seen Inner Space.
With Kurt Russell and Martin Short.
That's the movie I keep on thinking about. When you keep on saying Fantastic Voyage, I'm like, that doesn't sound right because I remember Kurt Russell. Thank you, Inner Space.
Yeah, and Fantastic Voyage is the original version.
Yes, but Inner Space was...
Kurt Russell, the superior version.
Yes.
Everyone has done Fantastic Voyage.
This, for me, about all the episodes out of this batch, this was the worst one for me.
I don't know. I thought we got the best jokes out of that one.
Well,
Oh, dear.
Although, okay, don't be totally for serious for like 2 seconds. Again, I like that Ko was so hesitant and doubtful, and it was Asuna just saying, "Look, I'm putting my life in your hands."
Oh, the shipping though.
Oh, it's gonna be Daigo
Oh,
and
the
Amy
shipping.
all over again.
Well, no, it won't because these two have actual chemistry.
Yeah.
Oh, that, and they've already started to actually show that they have a thing for each other. They didn't do that with Daigo and the girl until like episode 49.
So the next one is called Canolo's marriage because
Canelo.
whatever.
Canelo's marriage.
Doubles
Yeah.
wife.
Canoli's marriage.
Basically, she won't marry him unless he uses protection.
And it's the girl who played Akiko from Double who would hit everyone with the shoe.
Which I love the fact that the first time you see her, she has the version of the shoe, and all I'm waiting is, when's her husband? When's Axel gonna show up?
Or is she gonna smack him with that? Is the other thing you're
I was
thinking.
a little disappointed that she didn't wallop anyone.
Well, given what a terrible person she is,
She's not.
I think she is. I want you to stop protecting the world from invading
Okay,
aliens.
in this Sentai she is, but in Double she's pretty
Oh
good.
no, this is only commenting on her Sentai character.
Oh, okay.
I want you to stop protecting the world from aliens because I don't want to be stressed. Woman, you are gonna be very stressed if the planet gets blown up.
Wait, she knew that he was
Yeah.
so old?
Yes.
Yeah,
You could tell she did.
I did not. I
Yeah.
thought she was.
she did. She knew who he was.
Wow.
And she rejected him for trying to save the world. I
Yeah.
mean, I understand, okay, I saw my mom worry about my police father. But I feel like there's a sliding scale here.
Well, I think her thought process was,
Me, stop. She's only thinking of herself.
I don't want to worry about you.
well, I think it's not just that. Her thought process was, the more you fight, the more things get destroyed. And there's all the garbage.
And she's
Kind
an
of remind me of that.
environmentalist.
It kind of reminded me of the one, I think it's from Jetman, the episode where she gets the bear.
You mean Akko's childhood bear?
Yes.
Where she tosses out because she's embarrassed to have it, and then it gets turned into.
Yeah, it kind of
monster.
reminded me somewhat, obviously not anywhere near the Jetman version, but just having
Well, yeah, comparing Jetman and
because
Ryusoulger,
the
it's like
Minosaur is being mistakenly thrown away.
Oh,
as
that was
garbage.
because it was the kid
Yeah, the kid
Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus that was
Yes.
inside the trash.
Okay, so you pronounced that dinosaur correctly. Pachycephalosaurus.
Wow. We're back to
Ornitholestes.
that.
But the way the monster was defeated in this episode was one of the more creative ones that we've seen.
Yeah, because the toy somehow got a
Yeah, the toy
soul.
still got a soul.
And, well, it's kind of like the rock that got cut in two and the Minosaur doubled.
And the box that was its own dimension.
So, and I also like, I mean, at first you think, hey, wait, this Minosaur is eating up all the trash. That'd be good, right? Oh, it's going to poison everybody.
And
Okay.
then also we're forgetting in that episode that's also where Green finds out
The
that
backstory.
Guy Sog is no, that's that one. But Green finds out that Guy Sog is Nada, and my response to that was, so, everyone who said they were surprised was Nada.
Well,
Which we all saw that coming.
the moment Guy Solg appeared in the show, one, I kept on saying, oh, it's Wolzard. And I'm like, I know this is not Magi Ranger, but it's Wolzard. And then remembering Wolzard, obviously spoilers for anybody who has not watched Magi Ranger, it's Daddy. I was like, oh, okay, so it's going to be very similar to that situation.
And then when you had the new hero show up, it's like, oh, he's the villain because that's how this works in Toku.
So-
or just anime in general. It's a trope that
Yep.
mysterious villain who's been around for a little bit, then a new character shows up to make friends with the heroes. It's going to turn out that he's the villain.
It's a shonen trope that has lasted for ages.
Speaking of
A Toku trope that has lasted for ages.
Okay.
I don't think I've made it through one sentence review without getting interrupted. Anyway, if we're talking tropes, I'm waiting for Ko to be dangling off a point, and guys always like, Ko, I am your father. No! Seriously, you're too young. Oh, that's right.
I don't know, the way we found out how the Rio tribe ages.
Oh, with the mayor.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
well, with Oto being 103 years old or something.
She is actually actually gotten much more reasonable recently. I'm actually
Though,
dealing with
I
her.
still enjoy her stuff with Melto.
Well,
We'll get to that.
that's because Melto.
Don't you dare! Let's move on.
okay, what's the
I
next
could make
episode's
another
name?
really inappropriate
Melts.
comment.
Okay, fine. Yours are so.
Melto in your mouth, not your hand.
That's what I was about to say.
Ah.
It melts in your mouth.
Oh
That's-
my!
That's what I was going to say.
We're just trying to give her a conniption.
But you
No,
see, it
we've been
doesn't
watching
melt.
Robot Chicken. I'm a little.
It
pain in
doesn't
my life.
melt in her mouth.
Marcus!
I don't think you quite get it,
It
but that's
melts.
Marcus!
What's the next
I don't
one's
care if
name?
that's your real name. Everyone can know it. Stop.
Okay, whatever.
Episode 30 is Overthrow. High spec.
Oh yeah, that's the super monster that they're so proud of because it's
Yeah.
the Doctor. I am the Doctor.
And this episode had a returning Sentai heroine with Hurricane Blue in this role.
As the
One who sets up
Matchmaker.
arranged marriages.
Matchmaker.
Matchmaker.
you had
Thank
the
you,
dude.
Matchmaker.
That dude was so worthless. It was like, oh, we're back to this mediocrity again.
I love what it says here in this synopsis. An extremely tough and fast and strong Minosaur appears in the city and seems to have all of his stats maxed out. I was like, are we playing a video game? Because this sounds like one of the bosses in Persona right now, so
Well,
thank you.
just wait till we get to the next episode. I'm going to comment on that. But, yeah, this one was kind of just, except Green tells everyone who Geysorg is, and everyone's like, what?
Okay, I do like the fact that when Geysorg does come in, him versus Ko, it really, once again, even now, it's with the next episode that we'll be talking about, Ko is still struggling. He is not as strong as he wants to be, he hopes to be, even with his rage. And Geysorg, I have to say, is a pretty good character.
The one thing that you liked about this episode, though, there was no mech battle.
Yeah, that was quite interesting
And
to
good
have
camera
finally
angles.
a Ryusoulger episode that doesn't rely on a mech battle.
But we ended up getting introduced to our next upcoming mech in the form of an egg.
Big one egg.
Well, actually, I think that was introduced. That was introduced in the previous episode. Piton, we learn in this episode about how he got sealed as an egg form, and I mean, the minute Piton started talking, it was like, well, so much for Chibigaru and Pakigaru. They got 3 episodes before we moved on to the next toy.
2 episodes.
But then there's a total Game of Thrones feel at the very end where Ko gets stabbed in the back. I mean, all we needed was a Geysorg to say, Weisel sends his regards.
Oh, Piton's voice actor is the same voice actor for Trunks.
Huh.
I love that! Huh. Neat!
Well, that explains why he sounded familiar in
He
the...
did!
I know.
He did! It
That
bothered
does
me.
explain why it sounded so familiar.
Although, well,
Young Trunks. Oh, that's why.
remind me to come back to that when we talk about the next episode.
Which was the title? Next episode title?
Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. It's called Melody from the Sky.
Alright, couple things in this one.
Oh, God.
One, I did love the Monster of the Week because it made me think of one of the phases from Dot Hack.
And it was huge, too. I don't think we've seen one that large.
So, I mean, if you're going to do mindless Monsters of the Week, that's how you should do it. Not these monsters that look like normal monsters that should have personalities.
Yeah, it literally looked like a flying chandelier in a way.
On the other hand, I started to think about this with this episode. When did Sentai start getting all the Kamen Rider forms? Because every other episode now that we've watched, they've gotten some type of body armor upgrade, and it's like, oh, it's built all over again now, where they're getting a new form every other episode.
Why do you build me
You
like
have a
this?
point, especially with Piton's form merging with Ko.
Well, Piton's form, Packy's form,
Yeah.
Dime's form,
It is
the Raptor forms. What are you doing?
Annoying you.
I know exactly what song they're dancing to.
But yeah,
It's
it is
sad.
kind
And I'm
of
still hearing it in my head. That's the best part.
It's the snapping.
You can stop. You both are special.
But
Well, that's the first non-dirty joke I've gotten to make.
It is the most common writing thing about this.
that joke went over my head. It flew over like a pterodactyl.
Okay.
Okay, well, then I can finally talk about when Oto's falling and Piton says, "I'm going to save you." I had a total He-Man moment. I mean,
It went through puberty so quickly.
well, this was even before Yugimoto
It was
hit
a
the scene.
Hatchimal.
Even before Yugimoto hit the scene. You have Prince Adam, who talks in sort of this higher pitched tone to show he's a little bit wimpier, but then he says, "By the power of Grayskull," and you're like, "Oh wow." And so that's exactly how I felt when Piton transformed. So all we have to do to get him out of that seal is throw Oto off the top of a building every time.
I'm not even gonna say it.
Throw Oto from the train.
So I did like the fact that Dimebag Daryl Volcano came back.
Just for 1 minute.
But then they blinked out of existence when Gaisorg appeared.
Yeah.
That's what made no sense to me.
You think they would have fighted in a plot? Yeah.
You think they would have remembered during the CGI scenes that they existed.
Yeah, where did they go? They just disappeared when.
But I love the joke. I don't get it, like what the purpose of it is. Boy has 4 apples. And also he has a bomb in his lap. What does he have? I'm like, applesauce.
Yeah.
I was wondering if that was going to be the answer, but
But the answer never came up.
Yeah.
well, the answer might be he's going to drop all the apples and get rid of it. Solatori.
But,
Or apple juice.
no, saucy.
Yeah.
But I
Explosion
did
would
like
be
the
saucy.
fact that this monster, when it did bring the music up, it brought happiness. And the funniest happiness for
Bamba?
me was Bamba.
Right.
Because he's dancing and his body's dancing. He's got white boy rhythm.
He's got the most stoic, straight face.
And he's like, and they're like, "You're dancing." "Oh, I am." And I'm like, "You have white boy can't jump rhythm."
No, it actually made me think of Beetlejuice, where they're all they're just dancing and they're like,
Oh!
why are we dancing?
And then
6 foot,
Asta
7
and
foot.
Yui
8
are
foot
having
punch.
too much fun with their dancing.
Daylight come and we want to go home.
Don't give me a copyright claim.
Yep, that's another
copyright. Past fair use time.
You didn't have any trouble with Buttercup.
Yeah, but I don't even know what that is, so.
Oh, that's one of the greatest songs in the history.
Sure, if you say so.
Oh.
Okay, but I gotta say, Ko, he should be spasming on the ground from that back wound.
Yeah.
I don't care how tough you are, that wound is not something you can constantly roll over like it ain't no thing.
So, you gotta admit, Ko went badass when he ended up deciding to transform.
I almost think somebody gave him a shot of like a morphine before he went out there, like an adrenaline shot and morphine, like, "Go, run, you're okay."
Cortisone shot.
Oh no, morphine. You need something that's
I will
gonna
say,
numb you.
I do like the design of the pterodactyl when he's in robot form. Especially with how the red eyes really pop out from the blue body.
It really, and I've had to say it, it's a fire and ice with Ko and Piton mixed
Except
together.
he killed everyone because he froze Japan to fight
Yeah.
his monster.
What was up with that?
It was a Sunday. Don't you remember Dragon Ball Z logic? It's a Sunday. Everybody's fine.
Even though
Everyone's fine.
even though everyone was standing around the city when when Nappa blew it up.
It was a Sunday. They didn't exist. They were just statuettes.
So
I will say this had probably one of the funniest jokes I've seen, where when Cal was like, "Why didn't I get the upgrade?" "Don't ignore me."
oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
Is it sad though? I didn't even realize he was fighting that dude at that time.
There was a lot going on.
I only saw them fighting Geysorg. I never even noticed that Kanalo was fighting that dude.
It was still one of the best
Oh,
lines.
come on, help out your big brother. Punch.
Yeah. Best part in that whole episode.
oh, go ahead.
Now, despite some inappropriate jokes, dang it, the little girl who's really 103 years old. Why am I suddenly blanking on her?
The girl who's thirsting after milk, though, who's a kid.
Yeah, I did. She was pretty good in this episode, especially when she was like making to throw Piton off the roof. And you're just like, whoa, girl, you cold.
And then Weisel and Creon on top of the roof with that.
No, I liked when Creon had the Wiseau keeps talking and Creon keeps pointing out the earplugs like, what did you say?
Well, and I was almost hoping for some reason Zeisel.
Wiseau.
I'm going to call him Zeisel because now I'm going to think of that damn commercial. That Zeisel, and I'm going to find it and post it on your YouTube channel. That he almost got taken over by it. That for some reason, because he has been trolled by so many of the Minosaurs already. Remember the school?
Yeah.
How he got screwed by the rules himself? I wanted that again.
Weisel ends up making these monsters and screwing himself over too many times.
The only problem is it's all diminished all his threat level.
No, his threat level is still there.
No, he has no more threat level.
It's when he disguises to mess with someone, it's his threat level. In terms of physical power, that's what the other guy is for. And he's lost a lot of his cool.
Every one of the
I mean,
chess pieces.
You made a pun because this episode was so cool.
I just want Creon to go through puberty, and I want to see him actually be more powerful.
I'm
but
sure he'll have a
scared
boss
he'll be
for him
lame.
eventually.
Oh God.
Why is
Do
it
we
so
need a
dumb?
giant mushroom?
No, it will be.
You know exactly where I'm thinking.
It'll be Hueymon from
Yep.
Ninja all over again.
Why is this I've finally gone through puberty.
You make him sound like a death metal musician. I've gone through.
Or current stand.
Never mind the next dance video. Watch my next death metal video.
Current stand. Alright, yeah.
But overall, I do have to stand by what I was saying earlier that we talked about. This series has basically been about the average of Ghost Ager for me. And I barely got through Ghost Ager.
It's pretty meh all the way through.
Right now, I have to say, it's gotten better. It's not what I want fully out of a Sentai series. But this at least renewed my conviction from when we first started watching it that, okay, there is a reason why I've stayed through this.
It's watchable.
And I've seen much, much worse.
I'm having fun.
Yeah, Q Ranger
Absolutely.
was way worse than this show.
Well, let's see here. Usually when we haven't really enjoyed a Sentai, we just stop watching it.
Mm-hmm.
We abandoned Ghostbusters for
Ghostbusters, yeah!
Oh, Go Busters, but yeah, Ghostbusters.
Yeah, but I ended up finishing Goldbusters. The only one we truly abandoned was Tokuger.
Yeah, and I can't get into Tokuger.
I felt like we were derailed.
Yeah, we have to train harder for that.
Yeah.
I don't remember that
Yeah,
one.
I think that's not our line.
We had a crazy intent, aka locomotive.
It's, is
We
that the
also
one with the
had
trains?
a party member who kind of made it hard to even try to.
Party member,
Watch
are
the
we
show.
really? Are we going through the RPG realm?
Fighter class dibs.
Hey, it was on my train of thought, so.
I'm still going to be the healer class or the wizard class.
There's three choices if you're
Am I
gonna be
the only
healer.
one that will willing to backstab?
No, that's
Still-
Kaiju. Kaiju, actually no, Kaiju will front stab. What am I talking about? Backstab.
I just want to be chaotic.
Alright,
I just want to be chaotic neutral.
I'm chaotic.
so. I think this is where we should leave it off right
Yeah.
now. So, are you happy that we still stuck with the show?
Alright.
I like Happy because I like Fairy Tale. Come on! Happy's one of the favorite characters of the show.
Yes, Happy is great.
Hi, sir.
It's a good continuation. It's at least pretty
But overall, I'm pretty much okay with the fact we stuck through it because it hasn't been like where we were complaining with the last quarter of Lupin Ranger or when we got to this point in Q Ranger where we kind of just stuck through it. I don't feel like I'm having to force myself to watch through it
I
now.
know, I'm actually paying attention.
which is like amazing because the first 25 episodes you're like, yeah, I'm on my phone.
It took a while to get his momentum going, but if you're happy and you know it, wave your hands.
It's still difficult.
Copyright claim, here I come.
Yeah, you can blame them for this one.
We're just doing this to annoy Kaiju.
And get him demonetized, the news monies. The monies that could go in your wallet to be scary. Yep, that would happen.
Either you have a pillow to fight back.
Oh, you know what?
Oh, Kaiju.
No!
Oh, we're switching times.
Yes,
6-9.
sorry, Chrisalage, but it's gonna go to a different use.
Yeah, speaking of, Chrisalage got this
Yeah.
for him.
Anyway, that's where
Anyways.
we're gonna leave it. So until next time, bye.